Welcome to Advanced Patient Care, the exclusive podcast series by Vance Thompson Vision. I want to move on and talk maybe a little bit about some real data and some of our personal experience in this next part. So we'll move on to that. So we've talked about the problem, what we believe is the solution with GreenMan, and kind of where it fits, what the program actually is and where it fits in the clinic. But let's get into some real data, because it'd be very easy for us to sit up here and be like, yeah, it's the greatest thing ever. But if we don't have any science or data to back it up, then we're just salespeople. And again, the whole goal of this is to educate patients and make sure that we're meeting their expectations so they're happy. And Brandon coined this phrase with me: is an educated patient is a happy patient. And it's so true. So Brandon, do you want to talk a little bit about some of the, we've done two studies looking at this, and we looked at our own data from it, but we also looked at patient satisfaction. Do you want to comment on a little bit of each of those?
Yeah. Last year, when we first got what we would consider a minimum viable product, something that could be functional, we had to make sure that it worked and what people thought about it. And so we put it on patients that came through Mike's clinic in Fargo and my clinic here in Omaha, and basically took all comers, whoever was available. If we could get it on in regular flow, let's try it. Let's see what they choose for their lenses and see how they felt about it. And we call that the pilot study. We had about 233 some odd patients. And at the same time, over the course of about a month, we also tracked the patients that maybe we just didn't get to. They were served as our control, and we see so many patients in a given day. Couldn't get the headset on everybody because we only had one. And so they served as our control. And what we wanted to do is understand, how did they like it, right? And I forget the exact number, but 86-ish% of patients that put it on enjoyed it and would recommend it to a friend or family. So that felt good. If we were doing something that they wouldn't recommend, we'd probably have to abandon it or change it significantly.
Yeah.
And then one of the interesting things that we found in attempt to educate them better on their IOL options, we found that our control group chose an advanced technology lens 26% of the time, which is standard, about our average between the two of our clinics. And in the patients that wore the headset, we found 57% of people chose an advanced technology lens. And so that was a fairly remarkable thing that I don't know that Mike or I really anticipated. I think we had a suspicion that that might happen if we really explained what to expect from different lens options, but we were both blown away by that. And we loved the patient satisfaction score. And we knew that we had something, but we also knew that we were doing it in a clinic for the two founders of this software, so we had to take it elsewhere. And so with another test that we call the beta test, we brought it into 3 different clinics with varying degrees of ocular pathology coming through and prior refractive cataract percentages, and we were basically able to replicate that data. And Kelly was a part of one of those clinics in our South Sioux City office, and I bet we'll ask for some of her feedback. But one of the biggest things that we're really, really excited about is that it moved the needle in terms of patients feeling educated after the cataract discussion. And that's what I really think holds the biggest value with this product.
Yeah, thanks. So doctor's happy, patient's happy, and willing to recommend it, like you said, is the biggest part. Kelly, how's it changed your experience when talking to patients about different IOL options?
Yeah, I mean, I've tried it myself, and even just myself seeing the difference in near vision as like a absolute presbyope, and then you see what your near vision is like with a multifocal lens with a click of a button is crazy. And so I can imagine, it just makes the patient experience a lot better. And again, it's all about setting those expectations. And so I still go through my full IOL discussion with the patient, but I started off by saying, hey, what do you think of this, of the virtual reality? What do you think of the lens options? Is there any lens that you're particularly interested in? And that can kind of help tailor my discussion towards that patient. And I'm like, and then it's easy too. I'm like, do you remember you saw those halos around those lights in the kitchen? That's an expected side effect of a multifocal lens, but you can see the benefit of it, of getting a full range of vision after surgery. I also like comparing astigmatism correction versus not having the astigmatism corrected. Patients will come in and be like, well, I didn't even know I had astigmatism. And so it's an easy way to explain to them, well, this is what your vision uncorrected will be like after cataract surgery with a monofocal lens versus even just an astigmatism correcting lens.
So conversations maybe a little bit deeper on certain options that they're interested in, instead of you kind of laying out the buffet for them.
Right.
They already know what they want, and you can tell them, hey, that's an excellent choice. You're really going to like ... kind of like when you go to a restaurant and you have the menu, but you choose what you want. And they're like, oh, you're going to love that filet with a little bit of, toppings on it and everything like that. Cool. And so I guess I'll wrap up this part with any last comments that you want to add to this part, or parting thoughts that you want to give?
Yeah, I think overwhelmingly we've had a really positive experience with it. Most patients, when I ask, it's probably more than 86%. After they try it, they're like, that was so cool. I had one patient specifically who I walked in the room and she's like, I came in here wanting monovision cataract surgery, and now I want a multifocal lens. And I don't think it's necessarily just about getting more patients to do an advanced technology lens. I think the overarching theme is just making sure that patients are properly educated, so that after surgery, they know what to expect.
Brandon, any parting thoughts? And also, when is this going to be widely available for everybody?
Great question. I'll start with that
Thank
answer
you.
first. Widely available for everybody next year, right? We are soft launching to get it in the hands of a limited number of people Q1 of 2025, with the hope that we get it into as many clinics as we can as we build out our team to do so. We got to do it the right way. We don't want to overextend ourselves, but we've got something special and we want to get it to as many people that would benefit it as possible. So our goal is to push hard through 2025 to get it out there, and certainly in our VTV clinics, in 2025, Q1 2025 will be wonderful.
And anything else you want to add on GreenMan?
Yeah, I would. Kelly has really nailed it. And a patient example came up last week that has just been sticking in my head, that this patient hadn't had a chance to use GreenMan the first go around. And I was talking to her, and she had been waffling between a multifocal lens and monofocal. And I met her for surgery. She had decided on monofocal lens. We did her first eye. I walked into her pre-op bay for her second eye, and she looked at me with this kind of sunken look. She was smiling because I had explained everything as best I could. And she said, I think I have terrible regret, because she had chosen a lens, I think, and she had weighed less about, okay, what is it actually going to be like for the rest of my life compared to what's the investment currently, right? And I think that what I want to do with this product is eliminate that, right? If we can eliminate regret in cataract surgery options, we've done something. Even if it doesn't change the number of patients that choose a certain technology, if we can eliminate regret by educating better, we've done something significant for our field. And that's what we want to do.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you both. My parting thought is it's just been a really fun journey, and I love that I get to do it with both of you guys. And Brandon, you and I have been elbow deep in this for a while, and but it's just been fun to see the how happy it makes patients, and and how well it's been working in the clinic. And there's excitement in the industry about it, which makes us feel pretty good too. And so we'll see what happens in the next year, and we'll keep you all posted. And with that, we'll get ready to say our goodbyes. But if you want more, schedule your personalized mini fellowship at Vance Thompson Vision today, where you can literally immerse yourself, just like you can with GreenMan VR, in hands-on learning, gain insights from our experts, and take the next step towards excellence in eye care. And remember, the world of eye care is ever evolving, and so are we. Thank you all for your time. Have a great day, night, morning, weekend, whatever it is, and take care. Love you guys.
Thanks, everybody.
Thanks, everyone.